So Netflix new teen dramedy Don't Say Good Luck may look like a typical coming of age story at first, but the film quickly becomes something much more emotional and unexpected. The movie stars Sunny Sandler, Adam Sandler's youngest daughter, as Sophie. While some viewers may initially be skeptical because of her famous family, the review argues that Sunny proves she deserves the spotlight. The film also features a strong supporting cast including Melanie, Max, and Stephanie. Together, they help create a surprisingly moving story about family grief and growing up. Sophie is dealing with the normal struggles of high school while preparing to audition for a school production of Waitress. She is also navigating a changing relationship with her parents as she gets closer to adulthood. But her life takes a heartbreaking turn when she discovers that her mother Elizabeth's cancer has returned and is becoming increasingly aggressive. What makes the movie particularly powerful is what it chooses not to show. Although Elizabeth's condition continues to worsen, the film never actually depicts her death. Instead, Don't Say Good Luck focuses on what happens when a family learns that a loved one has very little time left. The story explores the fear, uncertainty, and emotional impact of a terminal diagnosis, particularly from the perspective of a teenager. The movie also avoids several predictable coming of age cliches. Sophie develops romantic feelings for a boy from her school theater production, and the film initially appears to be building towards a typical teenage romance. But Sophie doesn't end up with him or anyone else. Instead, she gets a funny and memorable moment where she calls him out for apparently joining plays just to kiss girls. The high school theater setting is another major strength. The film reportedly captures the awkward warm up, icebreaker auditions, and strange tradition of school theater with surprising authenticity. Although Don't Say Good Luck is technically a musical, it also avoids constantly stopping the story for elaborate musical numbers. The story are incorporated naturally into the narrative, making the movie accessible even for viewers who aren't fan of musicals. The film isn't perfect, its early pacing can feel uneven, especially around the revelation about Elizabeth's illness. A recurring joke involving Sophie's father repeatedly accidentally calling her also doesn't work particularly well. There is also an issue involving Sophie's best friend Caroline. Despite being presented as Sophie's close friend, Caroline suddenly leaves the school play after Elizabeth's diagnosis without properly explaining herself. Her later storyline is understandable, but her initial decision feels out of character and underdeveloped. Still, these flaws are relatively minor compared with what the movie gets right. Don't Say Good Luck manages to be funny, heartbreaking, and surprisingly original. Rather than becoming another forgettable streaming dramedy, it uses familiar coming of age elements to tell a much deeper story about grief, family, and accepting change. And the biggest surprise may be Sunny Sandler herself. She delivers a performance that makes it clear she is more than simply the daughter of a famous actor. Don't Say Good Luck begins streaming on Netflix on Friday, August 14, 2026. Thank you for watching. Bye.